What's up, everybody? Welcome to Table Stories, Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hello. Hello. Hope you're all doing well. I hope everyone is ready to have a magical day. We were having a very long, very deep conversation before the show.
It's my fault.
And we couldn't interrupt. Sorry for the late start, but...
Sorry you had to wait, but it was worth it for us to bond as human beings.
It was.
Yeah. We added a +1 to everybody today. That's what we did. That's what we did through our trauma conversations.
If you think I'm not going to make us real life character sheets and give us +1s on them as holiday gifts this year, you don't know.
Can you laminate them? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome to the show. If you've never seen the show before, we try to have a wholesome, silly time here, and sometimes we have a serious time, but most of the time it's pretty wholesome and fun, and it's a wonderful experience. We have adventures in Hogwarts with a system that I put together to make the show happen, basically. If you would like to play that system, you totally can. You can head on over to tablestory.tv/WAW, and you can download it. It's totally free. I'm working on a few corrections and whatnot for the latest version that got put out. And I just have to find the time to actually finish it. And there'll probably only be a few more changes to the system before I kind of let it be for a while. Or I guess we can say that it's actually, the real version 1 is released. But otherwise, it's basically a beta test this whole time for these two years of Hogwarts. Anyway, why don't we go around the room and introduce our wonderful players and their characters, and let's hop into things. We're missing a Colo today. We'll see Colo in a couple weeks. She's just taking some time for herself and making sure that she's in tip-top condition to do the whole streaming thing, because that's important. People need to make sure that they take time off, and that their mental state and their physical state is in a good place when they're doing things. It's important. So yeah, we'll see Colo in a couple weeks, but otherwise, why don't we head on over to Luxie? Luxie?
Sorry, I was looking for my stable mental state. Hi, I'm Luxie Games. I just was wondering if maybe the cast wanted to join me in singing a very off-pitch rendition of Happy Birthday to WoW.
Yes.
I'll
super
start.
down.
Next, we'll do a spoken word version because she doesn't sing.
I love you so much. Thank you for understanding.
You're so welcome. I got you. Happy birthday to Wack.
What are the right?
Happy birthday to Wack. Happy birthday to Wack.
Steven.
Happy birthday to Wack.
Yay!
It was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Wack.
Thank you.
Happy
It was
birthday.
on Sunday.
I know that the people listening and or watching probably don't have Twitter, but I said, do you think Wack looks so young? Because he's constantly thriving off of the NPCs or sadness he causes us in his TTRPGs. And I really, truly think that's what keeps Wack youthful. Just some food for thought. Wack, you're truly glowing over the trauma you've caused us all.
Yeah, these are the tears right here.
And he's like, God, what a good day. They all cried.
These are the tears. I'm drinking them right now.
Voldemort and Valor gave him like years on his life.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
delicious.
Like at least a decade.
Delicious. Anyways, hi, I'm Luxie Games. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch, and yeah, that's what I do. Jeez Louise. I don't know what's happening in my life right now. My fiance's gone for like 5 days, and it's a pandemic, so I've been with my fiance constantly for like 7 months straight. I don't know what to do with myself. I took a nap. I played Genshin Impact for like 4 hours this morning by myself. I just like ate cheese puffs. So if you're wondering how I'm doing, it's fine. I'm doing
Seeing you whenever you have the giant like $1 cheese puff container, you know, that like super cheapo cheese puffs, like the one that's like.
Yep, I have 5 in my. I have 5 because I was gonna fill a bathtub up with them once, but then halfway.
Once?
I was gonna
Like
fill a
when?
Okay, so when I first, all right, let's get a little off topic. When I first started streaming, I was like, if I ever get 500 subscribers, I'll fill a bathtub up with cheese. And the most realistic way to do that was with cheese balls and not nacho cheese, because I value my body. And it's a temple, and I won't bathe it in nacho cheese. So I bought a bunch of cheese balls, but like I have them in there, but my main fear is once I have the cheese balls in there, how do I get them out? Where do I put them? So I've really been putting it off. So if anybody's been waiting for me to do that, I'm so sorry. The logistics are complicated and I have anxiety. Anyways, it was nice to see you. I'm going to play Rosalina today. I bought jeans for the first time in like 10 years. So that's not related to anything at all, but I feel like the world should know. And I'm done.
I'm glad to know.
What an
How do they
intro.
feel?
What an intro. Let's see if Murgles can top that one.
Oh, wow. We're late today because I was talking about my traumatic experiences with sad stories, and everyone was like, we can't get out of this. The show's gonna start in like 3 minutes, but she's about to cry right now. Hi, I'm Murgles. I stream on Twitch and I do stuff on Twitter. That's a thing. I am an animator and a storyboard artist and just an artist in general. I'm currently on a new show on Saturdays called Leech, where I play a spooky, scary vampire, and I'm currently obsessed with it. What's happening?
I've never. What show are you talking about?
Lychee. Talking about lychee.
It's called Leech.
Lychee.
It's called Leech.
Lychee, like the fruit.
Well, I believe the pronunciation is Leech, since
Seems
I'm
strange.
in
I
it.
don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
That doesn't sound like a fruit.
L
read,
followed by
so.
whatever. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Anyway, I'm in that show that's on Saturdays, and I play a spooky, scary vampire. And she's into God and stuff. Anyway, I'm super obsessed with it. It's great. It's very spooky. It's the scariest. Never mind. Yeah. And thank you so much. Bye.
Great intro number 2. Nega Oryx, could you please go third?
The pressure's on. I don't know how I could possibly top these. Hi everyone. I'm Nega Oryx, and I will be playing Olive Everglade for you today.
Should have
Thank
just
you so much.
deadpanned. I'm Nega Oryx, and I have 100,000 followers on
Oh
Twitch.
my god, stop! Don't say that. Stop it. Don't. I'm very uncomfortable.
No, don't say it, but keep saying it.
I know. I didn't say anything when we were getting close to it because I was like, if I mention it, people will all unfollow and then I'll never hit it. And now that we have, I'm like, cool. So when does everyone unfollow? So I don't have that milestone anymore. So
Wait, do
let's
people
just-
do that? They
I
do
have
like
anxiety, so
vengeance
I
unfollow?
assume that everyone is about to leave me
I
all
feel
the
like
time.
it may be the opposite for you. People will be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's almost there. Yeah.
No. So we're gonna pretend that it didn't happen, so no one leaves, and then I'll talk about it in therapy on Monday. Thanks for having me.
I mean, we could just continue our conversation from earlier. You just stop the show. It's like, seems like therapy.
Thank you, Negs. Zagonicus.
Hi everyone, I'm Scoticus, and I have no trauma. I've had a blessed life. I play Alexander Pepin.
Didn't even make it through.
I can. He's a Ravenclaw student, and is currently unsure of if that's even real, and what is real, and all the rest of it. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Scoticus and all the places. On Sundays, I'm here on Table Story. Play Epotobith and Dying Order, and he streamed on my Twitch channel last week because I got all my hair and makeup done, and then the show got cancelled last minute, so I was like, well, I've made the effort. So I played some Hades, and Hades is so much fun. And
Plus
I've been playing
PB
it.
yelled at you.
Plus PB like told me to do it, and I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, that's things that happen. Hi, fun.
Thank you, Zagaticus. I'm Wax Steven, and I will be the Headmaster of Doom. I will be dragging players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Let's get started. Why don't we talk a little bit about what happened last week? My recap is very long, and I'm sorry.
I'm so
Prepare
excited
yourselves.
to find out what I missed.
Yeah, it was a funny episode last week. The title of last week's episode was "Is This a Date?" So we did not have Nega Oryx last week, unfortunately. So we get to all stare at her reactions for everything. Olive was still a little bit upset after the conversation with Professor Longbottom and had decided to basically take the day off. Masie asked Alex for his advice on how to tell who likes whom and about secret crushes. That is kind of where everything began to go downhill as the conversation began to unfold. Alex got extremely confused about where the conversation was going, and I think got some strange ideas in his head about what Masie was trying to ask. Masie doing her best to conceal the information that she had in regards to Clem and Olive, was also twisting her words a little bit in a way that would probably keep things a little bit confusing so that Alex wouldn't catch on. Rosie joined the conversation, and they tried to keep their crazy conspiracy talk a secret, but they let something slip about a comrade and confused Masie, arousing some suspicion about them snogging. Alex let it slip that I guess he was trying to throw Masie off of the scent and had suggested that they had in fact snogged. Masie got further confused as Alex let loose a string of lies to hide the conspiracy theories about him and Rosie having some kind of relationship while causing a giant scene in the Great Hall about it all. Albus and Scorpius showed up as this whole scene was kind of going down and tried to talk about some of the rumors and things that were floating around the school, as the SWAF group has recently acquired the attention of basically the entire school recently, and they tried to talk to the group about Hagrid and what had been going on, potentially a dragon, potentially a kidnapping, something from the Vanished Wing grabbing Hagrid. A lot of rumors were kind of thrown around, and they were just trying to, I guess, find out what was going on, curious themselves as the entire school looked on. As Alex and Rosie did their best to explain a lot of things that were going on, things got a little out of their hands, and they tried to separate themselves from the group to try and work out exactly what was going on. Both of them were extremely confused, believing that each other was some kind of spy because of the way that the Aurors talked to them. They went off to have a conversation and ran into Ashley Indigo and Gale Greytwig, who tried to bully Rosie and Alex, calling them kidnappers. But Rosie wasn't having it and taunted Ashley back as the group walked away. Scorpius and Albus continued talking with Masie and Clem, but in a more private location as the school looked on. They wanted to keep the eyes and ears off of things, avoid any attention from wandering eyes and ears. And they headed down to the dungeon and chatted in the potions classroom while no one was there about what had been going on so far and what they knew about Hagrid and Clifford the Dragon, as well as talking about their relationship, and that Clem and Masie had revealed that Clem has a crush on Olive and how she should proceed, trying to get information out of these well-established relationship of Albus and Scorpius. They basically know everything at this point. So they got an idea to speak to some of the ghosts at Hogwarts, potentially even Roger Bristlecombe, and trying to figure out where Roger might be, that they should speak to Nearly Headless Nick. Alex and Rosie, while having their intense conversation, trying to dispel any of the conspiracy theories that have been floating around in their heads, ran into David Calderon Boot out on the stone bridge leading down to the southern portions of the castle. He had said that he was going to head to speak with Professor Longbottom, who seemed to be having some problems with the lecture and whatnot that he had recently been a part of. And I guess he wanted to speak with him a little bit more about everything. Alex and Rosie were a bit suspicious, and they were considering following David Calderon Boot. But strangely enough, they weren't being too quiet about their attempts, as Rosie had begun screaming, "We're not dating!" out on the stone bridge as loud as humanly possible. And that's where we left off last session.
Oh, would you look at that? All of a sudden, I have to go.
How did it get so out of hand?
What? That
What
escalated
happened?
so quickly. I'm still trying to piece together why anyone thought the ghosts would be involved in this. I have so many questions. At
At least we all have that many questions.
That's
So,
fair. That's true.
yeah. We're all in this together.
I
So-
have a plan with the ghosts. I'm thinking.
I'll wait and
Basically,
see.
Clem and Masie had left Scorpius and Albus to, as night was basically falling on the school, they had left Albus and Scorpius to see if maybe Nearly Headless Nick was in the Gryffindor common rooms. Since he's a Gryffindor ghost, he sometimes appears in the common rooms, and they had basically discovered that he just kind of likes being around people. He's a people person, and he's an extroverted ghost. And we start the session today, I think, as Clem and Masie have returned to the Gryffindor common room. However, outside of the Gryffindor common room, you see two familiar people. First and foremost, you see Headmistress McGonagall and Masie's father. You hear Professor McGonagall saying, "I'm not exactly sure where they'd be, Mr. Schuyler. I was expecting to find them in the Gryffindor common room. However, I'm sure they'll be back soon. I wouldn't worry." "Well, it is a little troubling. You must understand. I'm trying to see if I can keep everything rather... oh. Oh, I think they're coming up the staircase now. Oh, yes, there they are. And Headmistress McGonagall waves to you, Clem, as you and Masie are making your way up the stairs.
Hi, Mr. Masie's dad. Also, hi, Professor, Headmistress McGonagall.
Dad? What are you doing here? Is everything all right? Masie, if I could speak with you for just a moment. Please. What's wrong? Please, we can speak for just a moment. All right. Clementine, Miss Goosanders.
Yes.
Yes, how are you doing, dear?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm kind of worried about Hagrid, Headmistress. I don't.
Yes, well, the Aurors are doing their best to locate Hagrid. I will say that, don't worry, we'll find him. Believe me, Hagrid is a good friend of mine, and the last thing that I would want is for him to be hurt or missing for very long.
Yes.
It's very troubling indeed.
Is it? I'm because I'm new to the wizard lifestyle. Is it normal for Aurors to be in missing persons cases?
Sometimes, dear.
Sometimes. Like, okay. What would those cases be?
Well, dear, I can't exactly go into detail about all of them, but what I can say is that with things happening on school grounds, it's important to get the ministry's help.
Okay. That's cool. I know that it's silly, because we're just second years and all that. But if you need any help, we're friends of Hagrid too, and we would love to help. Also,
right? What's happening? I think it's just important that we take some time. But she's all right, right? Yes, Miss Goosanders, I wouldn't let yourself worry too much. I'm sure we'll find Hagrid.
okay, is there someone who's gonna take care of his creatures?
Yes, don't worry. We have someone that will be joining us soon.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor. Is it okay if I wait for my friend, Masie, before going back to bed?
Yes. I think that Mr. Schuyler is just about finished up. And you see Masie sort of coming back. Her eyes are a bit red, and she's wiping some tears away.
Masie, are you okay?
Yeah.
I can tell when you're lying to me, Masie.
My mum had to go to St. Mungo's.
I'm really sorry.
She had an episode.
Is there anything I can do to help?
She shakes her head. Masie, we'll only be gone for a few days. She's all right. We're just going to see her. Right.
Wait, hold on. Can you wait here just for a second? can I book it up to my room and get like just quickly pack like a bunch of pairs of knitted socks that my nan has knit for me so that I can give them to them? I'm just gonna book it. I'm gonna grab like 6 pair. Basically, I'm just gonna take all the pairs that I haven't, except for one that I wear, and then I'm just gonna bring them down. I probably have like 5 or 6 different pairs of these knitted socks, and I'm just gonna run them out to Masie. I know it's probably really stupid, but these make me feel real nice, and you should wear them and know that we love you and that we'll be here when you get back.
Thanks, Clem.
Yeah, of course. Let me know if you need anything else, okay?
She gives you a hug.
I hug her back.
All right, Masie. Thank you, Clementine. We need to get going, and apparate to St. Mungo's. Sorry to cause the disruption, Headmistress McGonagall. And I hope you find Professor Hagrid soon. Thank you, Mr. Schuyler. I'm sure we will. All right, Masie, let's get going. Do you need anything else? No, I just want to go.
Wait,
sure?
Does she need a broom? I can get a broom for her.
She shakes her head. No, leave it here. I won't need it.
Okay, I'll take good care of it. Does it need waxing? I can wax it for you.
She smiles meekly. Thanks, Clem.
Yeah, okay. Good luck.
And Mr. Schuyler just kind of, he does that like over-the-shoulder kind of side hug thing as he walks down the staircases with Masie. And Headmistress McGonagall says, "All right, well, be safe and make sure that you study hard."
Yes, of course. I will.
Good evening.
Good night.
She walks off.
I'm just gonna head into the common room and is there like a cup of tea situation? How does someone go about getting a cup of tea or like a cup of hot chocolate in the room, common room? Is it like a
I think
a magic elf thing?
Yeah, I think that maybe there's like there's something set up. I'll let you kind of think about it. What do you think it is?
Okay. I think maybe in the corner there's like there's like a table set up and there's like this old metal kettle, and when you need it you just kind of like tap your wand on it twice and it boils a whole new thing of water for you, and then there's like little tea bags and like instant hot chocolate packets or like something like that. And I guess wizards don't have packets for stuff, but maybe like a bowl with like a chocolate powder. Anyway, she just kind of like makes a black tea, or no, not black tea, no caffeine. She makes an herbal tea and then she dumps a bunch of chocolate into it, and then just like that's her drink. She just you know, like a berry tea, and then she puts chocolate powder in it, so it's like a chocolate strawberry kind of.
That's my favorite. I'm calling the police as we speak.
Listen, I started the sentence with black tea and then I remembered, okay?
I would like to say that it does sound very on brand for Clem, and so I support it fully.
Okay. Anyway, that's what she does. And then she just like goes and sits on the couch and stares deeply into the fire and sort of goes through all of the emotions that she knows she thinks Masie might be feeling so that she can kind of like fully empathize and be with her, even if she's far away.
So, Olive, you might have seen Clem like rush into the dorm room, and sort of furiously throw things to find these socks. But she didn't like come back like right away. Would you have done anything?
I think what time of day is it?
It's nighttime. Yeah. You took the day.
I think, if I'm being honest, I think Olive's probably too mopey to follow after her. I think it's one of those things where she's kind of thinking about it in the back of her head and she's curious what Clem is doing, but is too sad to like follow through with that curiosity. And so she kind of just lifts her head up off the pillow to look around and see if there's anyone else in the common room or in the dormitory. Which is there anyone in there right now?
In the dorm? Yeah, there's probably people there. I assume it's right after dinner. It's probably prime time. There's probably a lot of people chatting and maybe they brought snacks or they've getting schoolwork and whatnot sorted out.
I think Olive lifts her head up off the pillow and she just goes, does anyone know where Clem went?
Lily says, oh, I think she's down in the common room. How are you feeling?
I just want to sleep a bit more.
Okay. Do you want anything to drink?
No, I don't want to trouble you, but
It's not
thanks,
trouble.
Lily.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Olive's gonna do that thing that little kids do where they like pull the blankets up over their heads with their knees up so they can make a little tent. And I think she's just gonna kind of hug her knees and lay her head against her legs and just kind of like hide under her little blankie fort.
Okay.
And I think maybe she's she's not trying to do any spells, but she's kind of like using her wand under her little blankie fort, just kind of idly, like the way non-magical kids would probably doodle on a paper, like in the margins of their school book when they're sad. She's kind of like doodling in the air with her wand, but very sadly under her little blankie fort.
Okay. So, Clem is just kind of having rather emotional time by herself, and so is Olive. We're going to switch scenes then. We're going to head on over to Alex and Rosie. As, Rosie has just sort of screamed out on the stone bridge that you're not dating.
I think I was chasing down the American man.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name again?
David Calderon Boot.
David!
Wait, Rosie, wait.
I don't want him to get the wrong idea, Alex.
Well, they may get more wrong ideas. Okay, why don't we just calm down?
It's just yoga does not give me endurance, Alex. I'm very exhausted. Rosie sits down right then and there, wherever they are. She's done. She's sitting down.
That doesn't count.
The ground is cold, Alex.
Yeah, it's stone and it's outside and it's fall.
I don't know. I'm having kind of an out of body experience. Do you know what we're doing or why?
I think mostly we're panicking, and trying to come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
We were gonna do some research about hypnosis spells and spies, sleeper agent spies in the magical world and stuff like that, so we could figure out what's going on.
Right.
And then, I think we. And what if? Do you have any ideas?
Well, my idea was to chase after David and tell him that we weren't dating. And then if he didn't believe me, my idea was to fisticuff with him.
Right. Okay. What? But okay. That's.
I was gonna fight someone, Alex.
No.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a
calm down.
pacifist. My dad's would be so disappointed.
And you didn't do it. But you didn't do it.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. I just, in my head, I had followed through the plan and I'd socked him square in the jaw. And it's because he was American. And I'm American, so I don't even know where that hostility is coming from. It must be political.
Okay, take deep breaths. So we need to come up with the bigger plan of how to get Swaff back on our side.
Right, because they hate us.
Because they suspect that we're spies.
They also think we're dating, Alex, and we don't even know if that's true or not.
So we
You
just
said we made out!
I did. That was okay. So you weren't on the same page with me there. I was saying that so that Masie would focus on that and not focus on us being spies, because we're trying.
But Alex, I'm gonna say I've said it once and I'll say it again. Don't you think it's weird that we just keep saying words out of the blue at the same time together, and that your brain was like, "Let me just tell him this thing that happened." Don't you think it's just kind of weird that your brain was like, "They kissed," because we don't remember a significant portion of time? Maybe we did, and that's why your brain said that. You don't know. You have no idea.
The reason I said it is because Masie had just been asking me questions about how do a friend might like a friend, and how do you find out if friends like friends and stuff, and all that kind of thing. So then I was like, I'll throw her a bone about like stuff and snoggings like stuff. Right?
Why would you throw a bone at our friend?
I mean, I distracted her.
Even you are becoming angry and hostile.
We did. Also, we should probably address the fact that we did say that we buried bodies or stuff like that.
I threatened to put Ashley's body in a hole that I said I dug for her.
I said, yeah, we already picked out the spot, so we need to address that.
We killed Hagrid. Why would we even do that? Alex, something is wrong. I think Rosie's gone full-on temper tantrum like a toddler. She's like flat out on the ground, banging her hands onto the stone ground.
Yeah,
No!
Wait, don't you hurt your hands. Just clasp them calmly. So wouldn't there be some evidence? That's not calmly. It's more. That's just okay. We would have some evidence, wouldn't we? Like we'd have like really dirty boots, or we would smell like a forest, or something. We'd have blood stains or something, and I didn't notice any of those things.
I smell sweaty, but I don't smell like a forest.
Right, see, so that's...
And I haven't peed my pants. And lately, Alex, I think that you would remember, in times of panic, I've been peeing my pants.
Right. What if that's a side effect of the hypnosis?
But I haven't been hypnotized that long. How long have I been hypnotized? There's no way. I think that maybe that's just a nervous bladder situation. You know, some people fart when they're nervous. What?
Have you done that before? The peeing? Did that happen before?
I just used to like. I wet the bed a lot as a kid, and by a kid I mean a few years ago, and by a few years ago I mean right before I left for Hogwarts.
No, that's fine.
But I haven't wet this bed at Hogwarts.
Well, see, that's
I have to go. I'm gonna leave. I think I need to take a nap. I just told you I peed the bed. I'm very embarrassed. I don't think I can talk about it, Alex. Okay, I think we need to take a good night's sleep. You look up hypnosis because you got a good brain on you, and I'm gonna
What
Not
about the
pee
rest
in
of
my
the-
bed. Good night, Alex.
The
She's running again. She's gone.
what happened?
You run back to your dorm? Okay, I have to check. I just don't know at this point.
To be fair, neither do I.
I just kind of look around, lost a little bit, and then, I guess I'll go to the library. Is the library open? Or is it too late now?
It's probably closed. I know.
Ooh, I wonder if I can apply for a 24/7 all-access library pass. That would be useful. In the meantime, I guess I'll head back to Ravenclaw Tower and check Barney and I's collection of books and see if I can find anything relevant in those.
Okay. Then off you go. And we switch scenes again. Clem, you've been wallowing in misery for a while now. It's probably been at least an hour or so.
Okay.
Still
I
hanging out in
finished
the common room.
my berry chocolate warm beveragino. I think I'm gonna probably head to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, go see Moss. At this point, I feel like all I want to do is just climb into bed and cease to exist. So,
Okay. Olive, you see Clem climb into bed.
I don't think I would see it if I'm under my blanket, Fort.
Okay.
Right?
Very well.
My vision would be blocked. Although I assume Clem would be able to see that this is not how Olive normally sits in her bed with a giant fort built around her, so...
I'm gonna climb into bed and then I'm gonna whisper. Olive.
Olive's gonna just lift, like, the corner of the blanket up, but she's just gonna pull it up over, like, her nose and her mouth, so it's still covering the rest of her. What?
Are you okay?
The blanket fort shakes up and down.
Okay.
Just a bit sad today.
Yeah, I think today's a sad day. Like, maybe on the whole planet.
Do you think, maybe someone cast a sadness spell over the school or something?
Oh, that's genius. That's really smart. Yeah, you're probably right. That's definitely what happened.
So, maybe when we wake up tomorrow, someone will have cast the counter spell and we'll be better.
Yeah, someone has to know the counter spell. Hey, Masie's gonna be gone for a couple of days.
What?
Yeah, Whack, is it possible for me, I don't know, can I do a roll to figure out whether or not Clem might know whether she's okay to share this knowledge?
Oh.
Or, like... Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I think this would be a read between the lines, probably.
Okay, one
And
second.
this would be in relation to Masie.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I'll just get in trouble with Masie, maybe, because I don't really know what the situation is. But I think she'd be okay with me telling you. Her mom is in St. Mungo's. So she had to go for a couple of days. Her dad said her mom's fine, but I kind of know that adults lie. Grown-ups lie about that stuff all the time. So, just thought you should know.
If
I
she
gave
were
her-
fine, I feel like they wouldn't have taken her to St. Mungo's. It would be
Yeah.
a bit unnecessary, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or picked Masie up. I gave her all my socks. I know that nice socks can make you feel better. They make me feel better. Sometimes.
So you're just going to be walking around Hogwarts sockless for the next few
Oh,
days?
I saved one pair. And I have my Hogwarts socks. These were my gran. She knitted these socks. The fluffy ones. Anyway.
I'm sure Masie appreciated it.
There's nothing really you can do when that stuff happens. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing
that's
that you
not
can
true.
do.
You gave her socks. Socks help.
Yeah. Thanks. Hey, can I ask what you're sad about? Or is that too much?
Growing up is hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes being this much older and wiser, it's just... Sometimes I miss being younger and thinking the best of everyone around me and thinking that all grown-ups are good and that everything's going to be fine. And sometimes I feel like since we got here, for every good thing that happens, something happens to remind me that bad stuff is out there and not everyone wants to fight against it, you know?
Yeah. But I guess, you could think of it like, well, when we were younger and we didn't really know the bad stuff was there, did we even know we were happy when we were? Or do we only know that we're happy because we know when we're sad?
It's difficult being this mature sometimes. You're very grown up, Clem.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you remember how young we were last year when we first met? And we didn't know anything about Hogwarts, and we hadn't saved the school yet, and you told us all that stuff about subways and being a muggle, and
Yeah, I felt so bad about that. I still feel bad about that, actually. I didn't realize.
do you
Yeah.
remember when I first met Masie and I wanted to be her friend so badly that I made her hate me? And I tried out for Quidditch and it did not go well.
I don't think she really hated you ever. I don't think anyone could hate you, actually. I think it's impossible.
Thanks, Clem. I think you just found the counter spell to the sadness spell.
Oh, I guess I'm good at magic then.
You're very good at magic, Clem.
Well,
Okay.
I have to take that from you because you're really good at magic. Okay. Well,
Thanks, Clem. And thanks for telling me about Masie. Maybe tomorrow we could get everyone in Swaff to sign a card for her. You, me, and Alex and Rosie and honestly, maybe not all of Swaff, because Swaff has gotten a bit bigger over the past year, and I don't know if Masie would want everyone to know, but
Yeah.
just a few of us, we could maybe send her a card.
I think that's really, really thoughtful and very smart. We should definitely do that. We can send her an owl.
All right. Good night, Clem.
Good night, Olive.
And you head to
And then
bed.
I just lay in my bed, staring at the ceiling. Because that was probably the best conversation I've had with Olive ever. So that's where I'm at.
Olive just passes out and starts snoring really loudly.
All right. You pass out and head to bed. Alex, you've headed back to
Yep.
the Ravenclaw dormitory, the common room.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the plan here?
So, since I can go to the library and I can get other SWAF members to help me here, I'm going to recruit Barney for research purposes and to, like magical hypnosis or magical spies and spy witchcraft and stuff.
Okay.
Witch spycraft. Because I assume there's just other books in Ravenclaw common room as well. So we'll probably look at our little Ravenclaw library and stuff. But I'll get Barney first.
Okay. Yeah, I think Barney's probably just doing some homework at one of the tables.
Hi, Barney.
He doesn't turn towards you.
I like get my face a little bit more in front of him. Hi, Barney.
Tries to look around you as he's doing his work.
Hello, Barney?
Oh, so now you care about me.
I always cared about you.
Well, then what happened earlier? You just left with Rosie. You barely said a thing to me.
Right, I said I would fill you in on it later. Would you like to be filled in now?
Yes.
Okay, we need to keep it. It's top secret, very important. We can't have people listening in.
Should we talk somewhere else?
Yes.
Alright. He starts to look around. Everybody's kind of working now.
Right. We can just talk just outside, maybe. No, because we need to come back and research. Do you know if we can get?
Research what?
So, Barney, there's a bit of a situation. Rosie and I suspect that we may have been compromised.
What does that mean?
I think it means...
You agree with each other?
No, not that compromise. Like, it's... Like, if we were a castle, something got over the walls.
I don't understand. You're a castle?
Maybe. No. Rosie and I think maybe we have been hypnotized or something, and we might be spies.
Why?
Because we said things at the same time, like it was a programmed response a couple of times, and we can't remember some things, I think, and we're speaking Russian.
You spoke Russian, so you think you're spies?
There was more, but it's like my brain's blocking it out. It's another reason I think it might be spies.
Try
It's
and
like it's
convince Barney, please,
deleting
that you
the
and
evidence.
Rosie are spies.
I have a good relationship with Barney, fortunately.
So you spoke Russian?
We said comrade
Wow.
and borscht.
Wow.
And I was thinking about food, and I was like, I really want stroganoff, and I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
It sounds Russian.
Don't sound Russian. Do you think you've been to Dormitory?
Wait. I don't know. Is there... I don't know. But anyway, so what we need to do is figure out... I wanted to go to the library, but then it was closed, and Rosie ran away. But do we have books, or have you seen books here in the common room we can look at? No, and spies, magical spies, and hypnosis spells and stuff. That's what we were thinking.
I don't think so. Usually they have a lot of books here about divination and plants and animals and rocks. I don't know why there's a lot of books on rocks.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't have any. Do you know anything about magical spies?
I've never even heard of them.
Wait, if there's muggle spies, why wouldn't there be magical spies? And then why wouldn't you have heard of them? Did someone get to you, Barney?
Maybe you got to me.
How can I tell if I got to you?
I don't know. How do I know? How can I tell if you've gotten to me?
Do you have any blank
Would I
spots
have
in
a
your
headache?
memory? Maybe, yeah, or you wouldn't remember some things, or you would feel like more tired than you
I
thought
thought
you
I
should
felt
be.
something tingling earlier, but
Tingling
it's not,
sounds like-
not like a headache, but maybe like my head was going to ache.
Yeah, that sounds right. So if we got to you, then we need to figure out who else we got to, and then when. When was the last time you don't remember something, or you remember not remembering something?
I don't remember things all the time.
It's not a good sign, Barney.
Oh no.
It means we're even more active than I suspected we were. I might have to get a message. What time is it? Is it curfew yet, or can I go?
It's only a little while before curfew.
Well, a little while. But if I'm out after, what if I need to be here? Because what if curfew is like, you need to watch me tonight, Barney, and make sure I don't leave? Because what if it triggers at like a certain time or
What
something?
if you're a sleep spy?
Whatever happened to, I do feel tired. And I woke up on the windowsill for some reason.
Right, you were out by the windowsill. Maybe you were there because you were spying.
I did. I had my binoculars and they broke.
You do have binoculars.
Okay. What do you think would happen if I went to one of the professors about this, or the headmistress? Do you think that's a good idea, or should I not do that?
I don't know. I don't know what's a good idea or a bad idea anymore.
Okay, we can. Well, let's. Okay, so I'm gonna hold off on that until until I've researched
I
in the
don't
library.
think I'll have a problem keeping an eye on you tonight. I don't think I can sleep now.
But you're not hurt though, right? You don't have any unexplained scars or burns or tattoos?
I don't think so.
Okay. I need to check with Rosie and see if she remembers. We need to check with the other members of SWAF. Okay, so at breakfast, I need to talk to SWAF about this.
Wait,
And then we
can we even trust the mash?
We can trust. We can. I don't know who. If I can't trust myself, Barney, who can I trust?
I don't know anymore.
But the mash is really good.
He's really good.
Well, we should test the mash in case it's got hypnotizing potions in it or something. No, because then everyone would be
She
hypnotized and
did.
it's just...
She has been working on potions. I saw her with a bunch of potions.
She didn't have potions. But I have potions too. I have potions too. We both have potions. Okay. It doesn't that could just be a coincidence as well. We both see the value in potions.
Barney's like squinting as he's looking at. Right, value in potions.
Yeah, I have a dragon scale potion that's useful for all sorts of things and not
And
for...
the dragon is missing.
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to
I'll
bed.
keep an eye out. I'll make sure you don't wake up and make a potion and poison everybody.
I don't... No. No one's hurt. There's just some people had the foul pox and... Can't make the foul pox, can you?
I don't even really know what it is.
Okay. But I'm gonna go to sleep. That's my best bet, is not to wander around just in case I trigger into action when I'm out there. If I'm in here, at least you can see me and maybe snap me out of it. Or someone else can. Right.
Right. If I see you doing anything spy-like, what should I do? I could turn you into a badger.
No, don't turn me into a badger. Don't. It seems like it would be itchy. You could just prod me.
All right.
Maybe
It
that'll
seems
be
like
enough.
I don't know if that will work to make you not spy.
We'll start at prod and then work up from there. Maybe if you do like a lumos right in my face, the bright light will reset my brain.
Okay, Lumos in your face.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I'm gonna go sleep and then at breakfast tomorrow, Rosie and I will fill in the rest of SWAF and try and get their help. They know us, they trust us, they know we wouldn't do anything bad. Or we will, like, deliberate willingly.
Right.
Right? Right? They know that. They know that. Good night. Sorry. I'll maybe do some homework first. I'll do homework in bed.
Barney
And then go to
like
sleep.
watches you go off, and he's just kind of staring like squinty-eyed at you the whole time.
Okay. I rush back to him. Barney, remember your top secret you can't tell anyone.
Lumos!
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you were being a spy.
No, I was just reminding you that it's top secret, although that is sort of spy talk, so I understand.
Hey, what's with the light?
Sorry. All right. Thank you. And then I rush back off to the
You're
door.
welcome. And off you go. We switch scenes. Rosie, what did you do when you headed back to the Hufflepuff common room?
Instead of like gently tapping on the barrels, I was like, and then finally got back into the common room and like saw Bucket and was like, and then ran straight into my bed and just like crawled in and was just like blubbering. And I think Rosie was just laying there thinking over all of the things that happened in the day, feeling like maybe she's lost her mind. And then she would like start writing something to her dad's and be like, throw it on the ground and then start over until she fell asleep in like a pile of like ripped up letters and snot and tears and not changing out of the clothes she wore that day.
Yeah. That's a lot to digest. There's a montage, I think, that happens there.
Yeah, there was music playing. It was from the 90s. It was really nice.
As we see, I think like a few scenes of like Rosie like with Bucket, like Bucket's just like, I don't know what to do.
Tears not shiny to catch, cannot keep.
Yeah, there's like different scenes of Rosie throughout Hufflepuff just crying on random people and
Like different furniture and different throne positions.
And then there's the inevitable like mash eating scenario that happens.
Old cold mash, a crumbled cookie.
Sure. And I think that we start the next day as the group heads to the Great Hall. I would like everybody to roll a d6 for me, please. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Clem, you're the first one to make it down to the Great Hall. I think that Olive probably would have given you some kind of hint that she'd be down soon. You're the first to arrive.
Okay. I'm looking around
Okay,
for friends.
sure. Why don't you notice something for me, please?
Okay.
Okay. So, normally you get to ask me some questions here, but this is a special roll.
Oh.
Okay. I think you notice that there's definitely people like looking at you as you enter the Great Hall. There's several students that seem to whisper as you walk in. There are I think you probably hear a lot of Rosalina and like Alexander Pippin stuff going on as you walk. That's their friend.
I give everyone cut eye. I'm just scanning. Yeah. Basically. Just like, you know what? Come at me.
Okay.
Before I sit down in our usual spot.
All right. Sit down. Albus and Scorpius aren't there yet.
Okay.
Neither is the SWAF group. There are some interesting breakfast choices today. There's the normal stuff, and then there's some like weird looking fruit that you have never seen before.
Huh.
It's purple and yellow. It kind of looks like a it's a little like it's lighter than an eggplant. But it has that sort of bulbous looking sort of shape, almost like a cross between a pear and maybe like it has like a yellow top, like you normally see like a green top to a lot of fruit. This one has a yellow top, and it's pretty bright looking yellow. It's a very bright looking fruit.
Okay.
Or what you would assume to be a fruit.
I think I would like to try it.
Sure.
Yeah. So I just like pile up my plate and I take a piece of it.
How do you take
Very
a piece
confused.
of it? Just out of curiosity, how do you eat this?
I think I would just like cut off
So you
like a
slice
fork
a piece?
and a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slice a piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a strange texture to it. It's probably like an unripe peach, I think.
Okay. Well, actually, unripe peach is my favorite type of peach. I like them because they're still sour, and I don't like it when they're all messy and goopy. So, I'm excited. I'll try it.
Sure. So this, I think it's probably like a really exotic sort of taste. It's got like a sort of nutty sort of taste, but also like it's also sweet. It's almost like a pomegranate.
Ooh. Okay. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it has like a large pit similar to a peach.
Well, I can't really. I look around to see if like are other people eating it?
There's definitely some people that have looked at it, but I don't think you really see too many other people chowing down on this strange fruit.
But I can tell that everyone is. I can tell that everyone else is not like. This isn't just a wizard thing that wizards know about. I can tell that everyone else is also kind of confused by it.
Read between the lines.
Okay. Ooh, I think. Yes. Oh.
You really can't tell at all. Could be a wizard thing. This could be just a human fruit that you've never seen before. You don't know what this
Okay.
is.
Okay.
At least
Well,
you
I'm
can't grasp that from the way that everybody else is reacting.
Okay. I'm gonna move on with my life then and just incorporate it now into my breakfast and not think otherwise. I assume basically that everything that's on this table is edible, safe, and probably delicious, so I'm just gonna...
Shortly thereafter, Olive, Alexander, and Rosalina bump into each other and make their way into the Great Hall.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning.
I was so sleepy.
Wait,
You slept good? You got good sleep?
there was sleep that happened?
Alex, did you sleep?
I think so. Barney didn't indicate that I didn't.
Okay.
Does Barney normally watch you while you sleep?
Alex, I'd love for you to go ahead and roll me the most important roll you've ever made. At least for your well-being right now. I think this is going to be a... I think resist influence. The soul roll.
Okay. Okay. Question. I did have exhausted, but I slept, right? So is my exhausted cleared before this roll?
No.
I had a feeling, so I thought I'd check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think I slept. I spent a lot of time thinking. You know how sometimes you can't tell if you're thinking or dreaming? Right? Duh. I'm joking, of course. I slept like a baby for 8 hours.
All right. So, just circling back to the previous question, though, does Barney watch you sleep every night, or was that?
Is Barney with us? Barney's not with us, is he?
No, Barney's not with you.
I have some questions for Barney for later.
We should we just sit at a table with discussions.
Hey, maybe if you just tell the Hogwarts elves with your brain how much you need to, how tired you are, maybe they'll bring you a cup of coffee, and then you can let me try it.
I'm gonna turn around and look at Clem and be like, Clem, have you been listening? I'm just gonna sit down. Clem, you know what happened last time you had coffee? We're not doing that again, I don't
want to die. Again. Okay, so...
I mean, you didn't die, but okay.
We were all pretty anxious, and I'm thinking I have a lot of anxiety right now. I don't know if I want to...
Yeah, we should talk about... We should talk... So, Rosie and I need your
help. We should talk?
We need to recruit assistants.
Recruit assistants?
I'm sorry. Was I in the dormitory longer than I thought I was? Because...
Yeah, they're dating now.
No, that's not...
They made out.
That's not either. That's not true. It's not...
We don't know if that's true or not.
Comrades.
It's not...
I think
we don't know.
We may be comrades. That might be accurate. We were... The relationship was a cover-up for...
Alex said he kissed me, and then he said he didn't, and I don't know what's true anymore.
I didn't, but I did say it.
But don't worry, listen. It's not going to ruin the friendship. Swaff is safe.
Okay.
You know, these things can happen in Swaff, and things can turn out totally fine, is what I think the takeaway from this.
If you break up, are we not going to be friends anymore?
I don't even know
we'll
if
definitely be friends.
Well,
definitely be friends.
How am I
breakup
supposed to choose which side of the breakup to side with?
There's no side, Olive. There's
we're not
no
even
side.
officially dating. I don't even remember the kiss.
It didn't happen.
So,
okay,
Alex said it didn't happen.
It didn't.
I think that maybe we should get to the task at hand, which is more important. We're Russian spies.
Right, that's
You're
what
Russian.
I was going to.
What?
Okay, so that, I'll start from the beginning, Olive, so you're filled in. So I came and
Thank
said...
you.
So we figured out that we might be spies. I can't remember exactly how it happened because my memory is all fuzzy. I think it's because we're spies. We're secret agents.
We were
don't know we're
hypnotized
spies.
by the Aurors.
We're hypnotized by the Aurors or potentially
Is that their
before
job?
that even.
I don't know.
Olive, is that their job? Is that what they do? They do hypnotization?
So I came and sat down, and then Masie was asking me some questions about friends. How do friends and friends, and then Rosie came and she started blurting about being a spy, and at that point we were trying to cover it up, and then because I wanted to cover it up, Masie was like, what? And I was like, oh, I'll distract her. She was like, friends and friends. So I went, oh, we snogged, just so she would go, oh, they snog, and forget about the spy stuff. But then Rosie just kept saying that she was a spy. And then...
Well, I can't lie to my friends, Alex.
I know, I thought
kiss
it was...
Kiss or no kiss, these are my friends.
I'm going to tell you guys right now that I think that you're probably not spies, because if you were spies, you wouldn't be telling us that you were spies. It seems like very anti-spy behavior.
Unless we're recruiting you.
I did say that you were recruiting
I'm pretty sure that...
You said that, Alex? You said we are recruiting them?
And then also,
Yeah,
I
he
said we had to
did.
recruit assistant. But
He
then
used the word
also,
recruit.
Barney said that he had strange feelings in his head and couldn't remember things, and he's around me a lot. That's why he was watching me sleep, to make sure I didn't get up and do sleep spy stuff.
Okay, of all the things that we can be certain of on the face of this earth, you're not Russian.
But I was.
We can't be
well,
certain about that.
I was
definitely can't.
thinking.
No,
I know I'm
you don't.
adopted. I don't know about you, but I'm not sure about my lineage. There's a large chance that I could be Russian. I haven't done 21andMe. My dads didn't look into it.
Yeah, but did your dads raise you with? You wouldn't be a spy as a baby. Like, when did they adopt you?
I was like 6, so they could have ingrained spy mentalities into me as a youth. As an infant, they
lot
could have
of-
bottle-fed me spy
6-year-old
juice.
spies running around, I guess.
I was
Aren't
thinking.
they like nightingales or something? Isn't that like the whole comic book series and the Black Widow and the Raised and like a cold?
I'm gonna ask you about that later,
orphans?
but I think you're fine. Actually,
I was
probably.
thinking that the spy personality was grafted onto our minds in some sort of ritualistic hypnosis spell, and I was going to research that last night, but the library was closed. So
Yeah, well, it's
We were-
probably because I spent so much time screaming on the bridge, and for that, I'm sorry, Alex. I know how much
No,
you love
it's
your
okay.
research, and that
I
wasn't.
do.
That was very nice of me.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Right. So, I just want to make sure. You think you're spies?
But we don't know. Well, we didn't know we were spies until we figured it out.
Sure.
And I'm still not sure if we kissed or not.
We
All right.
didn't, and we don't remember anything we did as spies.
I
Bec-
just like to clarify. Going back for a moment, you think you're spies because
Yep.
of the aura's interest in you, and
Well, they walked in a very specific hypnotic pattern around us. They said a lot of
Circle.
strange things. And then afterwards, we said comrade to each other at the exact same time, which seems a little suspicious.
We said
I've
other
never
things
even
at the
said
same
the word
time.
comrade before. I don't even know where I heard that.
Yeah, and I had a hankering for stroganoff, and I don't even know
Yeah.
what stroganoff is.
right. Maybe though, and just
Stroganoff.
Do we have
German?
stroganoff? Do we have stroganoff ever for dinner? Whack.
I would assume that it's not that common. I mean, do you eat that very often in the UK?
It exists, yeah.
It exists.
Sure.
Maybe they might have it here and there then.
Well, we could have had stroganoff like a couple of days before, Alex.
I
Why
think
would I
it's
eat it? I like sausages.
sure.
Is there sausages in stroganoff? I don't think so.
Meat.
I think it's
Strog.
probably
Enough.
likely.
Wait, did you just say strog means meat?
No, I don't know. I don't speak
Is-
Russian.
Isn't Stroganoff German?
It doesn't sound German, it sounds Russian.
What if it's Polish?
Is your head hurt? Are you okay?
Yeah, have either of you had a headache or any losses?
Have any of you been
memory?
kissing your friends and then you remember it, but then you forget about it?
It's at that
No.
point that Albus and Scorpius sit down beside you guys.
Have you been kissing your friends and you don't remember it, but then you remember it? Albus? Scorpius?
What?
Do either of you speak Russian? And is
Do you have any
Stroganoff-
comrades? Do you like Stroganoff?
What are you talking about? Did you find and speak to Nearly Headless Nick?
Oh, this is super smart. Oh my gosh. Albus, I got a question for you.
All right.
Actually, I have to. What does your dad do? I might be actually wrong about this. Would I know that Harry is an Auror? We've talked about it in the show, right?
Yeah.
Like, in character? Okay. I just suddenly didn't want to be like, I know. Albus, your dad's an Auror, right?
Yes.
Does your do Aurors or your dad create Russian spies out of children?
No.
Are
Do
there
they have
magical
like
spies?
hypnotic magical things that they do to convince someone to talk?
What, you mean like... He like looks around and he says, you mean like a curse?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about curses. Is there magical spies, and do magical spies from other countries try and infiltrate the ministry? And would they maybe use some students from Hogwarts to help them accomplish their goals?
Well, I mean, it could be like an Imperious curse.
I would just like to interject that even if auras are creating spies, I just feel the need to clarify you can't create Russians. You either are Russian or you're not. And I don't think the ministry has an interest in making Hogwarts students assist the Russians.
What does
I'm
this have to
very
do with
confused.
Nearly Headless Nick?
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
came down for
gosh, I
breakfast.
forgot about Nearly
It's
Headless
all
Nick.
comrades and stroganoff and Russian
It's-
spies
yeah.
over breakfast.
But how did we
It's not-
even know about all
Guys,
of that if we
look at
aren't
me.
one?
Look at me in my eyes right now. Alex,
Yeah.
Rosie,
Yeah,
look at me in
uh-huh.
my eyes.
They're
Wait, you can
beautiful.
only look at one of us
Thank
in
you.
the eyes at a time.
Okay,
I'll
just...
take the right one, you take the left one, Alex.
Okay, listen, you're
Alright.
not spies. You're not Russian. Rosie,
Wait.
you might be Russian on account of the adoption thing, but you are definitely not a spy.
Okay.
And neither of you can speak Russian, okay?
Okay.
You're not infiltrating anything. You are
Well, I believe
Rosie
her.
and you're Alex.
I don't know, Alex. What do you?
And
I believe
nothing
her.
has changed.
This seems right.
I don't know. I've just had a lot of feelings and anxiety, and my mind's been running away with itself, and I'm not entirely sure. Of
Okay, well, it
anything,
sounds then that you
so-
need to talk to someone like a therapist.
Oh, can
and
we have the
not
number for your
an
therapist,
age.
Glenn?
Yeah, of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
that'd be great. Maybe we should
Yeah.
do that, Alex.
He's really nice.
Wait,
a
what do
little
you
bit.
do? But what happens? When you go-
Well, well, you sit down, and
I'm
he
sorry
asks
to
you.
interject here, but
Yeah.
what is happening?
I'm not
I don't
sure.
know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot. We were supposed to be finding Nearly Headless Nick to ask him if he had talked to Roger about whether or not anyone or any ghost had seen anything regarding Hagrid, because the ghost can go anywhere, and we think that no one has asked the ghost. No one have asked the ghost. There's words in this sentence. I don't know what they mean. No one's asked the ghost what they were up to.
Right, what were you saying about the therapist thing, though? So what, you sit down and then what happens?
So you sit down, and then he asks you, "Hey, how are you?" But he
And then
does
you
it in
say,
this
I'm
way.
fine, and then
Well, here's the thing. First you say I'm fine, and then he's like, "Oh, interesting." And then he does follow-up questions that always somehow lead to making you reveal that you're not actually fine, which I think is really helpful, because normally I have this weird need to convince my therapist that I'm totally okay. I don't know why. I mean, that's why I'm seeing him, is because I'm not, right?
Albus and Scorpius like start having their own conversation. Like, are they all right?
I'm fine, but I am.
Crying?
But I
Not
am.
right. No, not right now.
Oh, okay. It just
But
looked
I
like there was a chance.
before.
Oh,
Oh, maybe. I really. It could happen at any time. You know what I mean? It's worth.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out, Alex. If you, I
don't
can give you
know.
his number.
It doesn't. I think that I am fine. So
I don't, and I would love the number.
Okay.
I feel a little
think-
lost. I think I had my first guess and I don't remember it. Also, I wrote my dad's 8
then-
letters last night and I fell asleep on them. So
Yeah. I would just like to quickly say, Alex, that you can,
is there one in my hair?
as
Alex?
Ignatius Punt says, you can think you're fine, and it's okay if you're fine. But sometimes even fine people need to talk to someone.
oh, I have lots of people to talk to.
Not
There's
very poetic.
there's all of Swaff. So
Yeah.
I have lots of people to talk to. But
should we?
So, Scorpius, Albus, you came over here with an update or some information or a way out of this very confusing Russian spy conversation. What you were saying?
Well, I was just trying to follow up. Clem had said that, Masie and Clem were going to see if they could speak to Nearly Headless Nick if he might be in the Gryffindor common room. He doesn't seem to be about the Great Hall here. I was curious if you might have seen him. We were looking to speak to the ghost from the Vanished Wing.
Yeah, what happened was we went home to the common room last night, Masie and I, and we were about to enter to go find Nearly Headless Nick. Yeah, I'm getting there. But Masie's dad came to pick her up because she needed to go take care of something. So she's going to be gone for a couple of days. And because of that, I forgot to talk to Nearly Headless Nick. I had to have my...
talking to Nearly Headless Nick? Were you going to ask if he saw us doing spy things?
No, I was going to ask if you saw Hagrid and what happened to Hagrid, since that's the thing that we're actually trying to figure out.
Oh,
Because you guys aren't spies.
At this point, you hear a strange voice as you see a hand reach out towards one of the strange-looking fruits on the table. You see a woman with very long blonde hair that is down to her, basically down to her butt. And she's wearing a very, very odd-looking purple robe that just about matches the color of the fruit. She's got some strange glasses on as well, and she's wearing some sort of hat that looks like a flower. Spies are very dangerous. You should be careful.
Do you know about spies?
What would happen if I was a spy and I didn't know?
Do you know about spies, Miss Person?
My name is Luna Scamander.
Hello, Miss Scamander. Could you tell us about spies?
Is it weird that I've never met you, but I would trust you with my life?
Are you new here?
So?
Okay.
Are you new? Are you a teacher?
That depends on your definition of new.
Did you recently accept a teaching position at Hogwarts?
I don't know.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Why are you at Hogwarts?
I think Headmistress McGonagall is going to talk to everyone about that.
What's
You
the
should
fruit
know
you're
soon.
holding? Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, I was just so curious. Does it taste good? Should I try it?
Is it Russian?
Would you like a
It's
piece?
really good.
Yeah.
I tried it already. It's really
How
good.
do you eat it? Do I just...
It can be a bit strange at first, but I quite like the taste.
Whack, can you describe what I just swallowed?
Yeah.
Come on, Whack.
I mean...
I have to leave, actually.
Whack.
I'm done. I gotta go.
Whack's birthday wish is to make my innocent words inappropriate.
You do it all the time!
Not me.
It I can't say what I was gonna say now.
Would you describe it as slimy? Is it wet?
Stop it.
Moist? Perhaps.
Please. Please.
It's a fruit, right? Are there seeds in it?
There's a big pit in there. And it's it tastes it's mostly sweet, a little nutty, and It's strangely textured. It's a
Wack,
bit.
how big is the pit? Should I roll for struggle? Because I swallowed the whole thing.
Oh no, it's too big. You couldn't do
Okay.
that.
You couldn't.
You tried taking.
Couldn't swallow the whole
Yeah,
thing.
come on.
Too big.
Come on.
Shaped like an eggplant.
You.
It's purple, right?
Yep. You take a bite out of it, and it's a strange texture. It's a bit like an unripe peach.
Is it sweet?
Yeah, it's sweet and a little bit nutty. If you had to cross between like a pomegranate and like an unripe peach.
Oh, thank you. Rosie's just gonna take like a bunch of it and start scooping it into clean pockets into her robes. I just wanna experiment with that and maybe a pie later. So, dude, what's that called? I'm calling it a pea plant.
This.
Pea plant?
Do you mean this fruit here?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but it's rather colorful.
It is it's very colorful. I like it. Hey, I have a question. Mrs. Luna, have you ever done yoga?
Scamander.
Mrs. Luna Scamander. Have you ever done yoga? You just seem like doesn't she kind of seem like maybe she'd do yoga with me?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is either.
I would love to teach you sometime. I really feel like it'd speak to your core. Align your chakras, if you will.
All right, maybe. Headmistress McGonagall begins to sort of walk up to the teacher's table, and she says, "Ahem! Students! Please, may I have your attention? Students!" Very well. In light of recent events, we have been placed without a care for magical creatures professor. Unfortunately, while the search for Professor Hagrid continues, we will be employing the services of a former Hogwarts student, Miss Luna Scamander. Miss Scamander, if you would be so kind as to say hello. Luna just kind of stands up and she says, "Hello." Miss Scamander.
Hi!
If you could please come up here. All right. Luna sort of makes her willowy walk up to the front. She's facing Headmistress McGonagall. To them, dear. Right. She turns around. Hello. I hope everyone tries this fruit. It's really colorful. Miss Scamander is a rather experienced, rather experienced in the care for magical creatures. Yes, I like caring for magical creatures. They're very nice most of the time. While the Aurors here are looking for Professor Hagrid. You should be careful of Aurors. Headmistress McGonagall looks at her strangely.
Why?
They're a part of the Rotfang conspiracy.
Who's that?
And she says, well, that's when The Ministry of Magic uses dark magic and gum disease. Ahem! Mrs. Commander!
Alex, I heard. Do you have gum disease?
Mrs. Commander will be teaching the care for magical creatures until Hagrid returns. If you will please be sure to treat her the same way you would Professor Hagrid, with kindness and respect. And remember, everyone, be safe and be careful. Thank you.
Rosie.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is okay to say, so please tell me, if...
Is it about my gums?
No.
Do we have gum disease?
Just tell me to put a sock in it if it's not alright, but if you've ever wondered who your birth mum is, I think there's a good chance it's that woman up there.
And that's a good place for us to take our break.
Oh!
What have you done to Rosalina?
I had to say it. She's just adult Rosie.
By the end of the day, I'm just going to be following her around. Mummy.
We're going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break here, folks. If you haven't done so, please make sure you follow all of these wonderful people. You can head on over to tablestory.tv/WAW to go follow them in all the places. And if you have yourself a Prime Gaming or a Twitch Prime account, link them up and consider going to sub to them, getting yourself some emotes and supporting them. A bunch of wonderful people that we have here. And please also take note, underneath the channel we have a link for Black Lives Matter, because they do. You should absolutely go check that out and find ways that you can help. You can sign petitions, you can text, you can donate. There are resources for you to educate yourself and to learn how to treat people equally, because everyone deserves to be treated equally. Please make sure you check that out as well. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. So hang tight for more Witchcraft and Wizardry. Back in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody, to Table Stories Witchcraft and Wizardry. Welcome back. We return as Luna Scamander has introduced herself to the students, and I think right afterwards she promptly just like walks out of the Great Hall.
Rosie.
That's my mom.
Okay.
What? I'm sorry. Is this about her gingivitis?
Well, no, but she seemed to know a lot. She mentioned conspiracies and she was talking about spies. I think we should probably check in with her on that stuff. But also, I'd kind of forgotten about the Hagrid stuff because I was so distracted by our spy stuff. And now I don't know what to do, because if we're spies, it could make things worse. But then also we should be trying to help Hagrid. So, should we deal with the spy stuff first, or what? What do you think we should do?
I think Hagrid is our first priority. And only will spy stuff overtake Hagrid as our first priority if our spy stuff intervenes.
Why don't we make a pact that, in the interest of making sure you're not spies and you don't sabotage the mission to get Hagrid back, anytime we're investigating Hagrid or doing research or we split up the group, you and Rosie should always have a buddy, like a buddy system. That way,
to keep
just in case
tabs
you
on
are
us.
Spies, there's someone there to alert the others.
Because if we
and
go off
take care of
together,
it.
we could turn into spies and no one would know.
Exactly. So, as long as we use the buddy system, it'll be all right. We can keep Hagrid priority number 1, and we can just research the spy stuff in our spare time.
Right. So how do we find Hagrid? We're asking ghosts, right?
We were going to speak to Nearly Headless Nick if he had seen Roger Bristlecombe, the vanished winged ghost.
Roger, yeah.
And we were going to see if any of the ghosts had the opportunity to see anything strange about Hagrid. I assume that, well, the ghost would have been questioned by the auras, but maybe not this new ghost.
Maybe he slipped into the net. What if the other ghosts are spies now too?
I'm still not exactly clear as to what the spies situation is.
That's
To be fair,
best.
neither are we.
For your own safety, it's best that you just remain unclear.
All right. Oh, there's nearly Headless Nick.
Oh,
Who's going to talk to him?
The Gryffindors,
I can't.
Probably.
I can. Yeah. Hi, Sir Nicholas.
Hello there. What can I do
Sir Nick-
for you?
Sir Nicholas, I have a question for you. If you would be willing to answer.
All right. What can I
Have
help you
you-
with?
Did you happen to see what happened to Hagrid? And if you didn't, do you know any other ghosts who might have? Has anyone questioned you
Very,
yet?
very sad business about Hagrid. No, unfortunately, I haven't seen anything.
Okay. Do you know where Roger is?
Roger.
Roger.
Oh, yes. Roger, the last time that I saw Roger, he was somewhere around the greenhouses.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Right. Well, thank you very much, Sir Nicholas. I hope you have a nice day.
You're welcome. You have a nice day as well.
Okay. Were they near me? Like, did they overhear what just happened?
They probably could have saw, but I don't know if they heard exactly what
Okay.
the conversation was.
Okay. I walk back to them. Okay. So, Sir Nicholas didn't see anything. He doesn't know anything about what happened to Hagrid, but he did tell me where we could find Roger, and that's by the greenhouses. So if we want to go near the greenhouses, then we can ask Roger if he's seen anything. Also, I think that's a pretty good lead because it's outside greenhouses, it's clear. Yeah. You know? So I think that we should go talk to Roger, if that's all right with Olive.
Of course. Do we all need to go though? Does it?
Oh, I
take
could
that many
go.
of us?
Probably not. I could go by myself, to be honest. Yeah.
But then you would leave. But then you would leave Olive with me and Rosie. And what if we attacked her too?
Okay, but what if I go with Olive and we go find the new professor of care of magical creatures, because they probably know something about Hagrid, and definitely not because I want to ask them if we're related.
Okay, then
Okay,
I'll
and then
go with
Alex
Clem
and I
then.
can go to the greenhouses. Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah.
What about us?
You split up. Which one of you wants to come with me and Olive, and which one of you wants to go with Clem and Alex?
Or is there a third task that you could be doing, like
Paperwork.
Wait, did we tell you that there might be spies in the school?
I think it came up.
No, but I mean, like, there were people
Oh,
in the Forbidden
We don't-
Forest, and at Hagrid's. What?
I'm leaning. Like, I don't assume that I'm sitting right next to Scorpius and Albus, so I'm leaning down the middle of the table over all the weird fruit, and I'm like, I think that the American students are up to no good.
What makes you
Really?
say that?
Well, I when I was by watching out of the Ravenclaw Tower.
Rosie's whispering so quietly that I can't hear a word she's saying.
Well, that's
Yeah.
all right. I think I can probably fill you in anyway. The American students arrive very coincidentally, I think not, around the same time that this happened with Hagrid. And Alex said he saw something suspicious.
I
And
saw
it's-
spells being cast in the forest, and I saw 2 figures near Hagrid's hut, and I told the Aurors, and they said it wasn't them.
It wasn't the professors.
And
It
it wasn't
seems
the
like
professors.
none of the grown-ups think it was them, which means it was someone else, because it's very doubtful that it's a student, I'm guessing, right? Do we think it's a Hogwarts student? I feel like it's probably a more advanced witch or wizard. And
I'm not sure.
What if it's an American student?
well, point being, someone was in the forest casting spells, and the auras didn't know about it.
Do we know
which-
of anyone? Do we know
isn't
of any of the American students who are like particularly, well, not cool?
I do. I chased one down the other day and I almost hit him.
What? What happened?
What was his name? Bobby? David?
No, his name David Calderon, but the one that I spoke to some.
Oh,
Rosie got a bad vibe.
the one that like talked to the whole school? Did he talk to the whole school?
He was really
Yeah.
rude to me and Alex on the bridge and a little dismissive.
He was
Smug
acting a little
face, I
odd.
believe it.
And he came out of nowhere in the middle of the evening with no one.
Outside?
He was heading to.
We were on the wooden bridge, the stone bridge, the bridge
Stone
made of
bridge.
stone. And he was coming from the other side,
He was
not the
going to
side
speak.
we were on.
He was going to speak with Professor Longbottom. He said.
Oh.
What?
Well, he's in our herbology class. We have herbology together.
Could you do some recon work and keep an eye on David?
Yes.
If he does anything suspicious, just let us know.
Well, but the thing is, his granddad was like a super good orator and is like the headmaster of his school or something, so he wouldn't do bad stuff, right?
Or maybe he feels emboldened to do bad stuff because he's never had to worry. Because he can do anything.
I just don't trust him. It's his face. Actually, it was also his attitude.
Okay.
It's also his nationality.
But you're also American.
Well, I'm also half English, so it's different. And also, I don't even know where I'm technically from, so I'm just not like
Right.
him.
Well, point being, here's how the teams are divided. Albus and Scorpius, reconnaissance work on David. Rosie and I, investigating the new professor. And Clem and Alex, talking to Roger and seeing if he knows anything about Hagrid. And even if he doesn't, maybe he could go into the forest for us and investigate, because ghosts are allowed to go, right?
Well,
Sure.
I don't know. I don't
What could hurt
think
a
that
ghost?
they're supposed. They're able to leave the grounds usually.
Well, but aren't the grounds technically encompassing the forest? Like the forest, it's on the grounds, it's a part of it. We just don't have permission to go on it. But ghosts, why not? It's not like Roger had permission to be in the Vanished Wing. And he did that for years. So what's a few minutes in the Forbidden Forest going to do?
All right. Well, I will. We can keep an eye out for anything strange, I suppose.
All right. Swath on 3. Go team. Hands in the middle. You put your hands on top of each other,
Yeah.
and we go 1, 2, 3.
Swath. Swath.
I did it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That was really good. Okay, let's go, Rosie.
Okay, Alex, let's go. Bye. The greenhouses. Bye,
Yeah.
guys. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna go meet my mom.
Let us know how it goes.
Okay.
I don't know if she's actually your mum.
Could you imagine?
Remind me of her.
Could you imagine if she was my mom and my parents had no idea, and then I got to message them and was like, found out my mom, she's a witch.
Do you think she would move in with your family?
Honestly, she seems like the kind of gal that might.
I feel like she would, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you could have more siblings. You could have a little brother or sister.
Oh my gosh. I have possible siblings. Maybe even a dog. I'd love to have a dog as a sibling.
You might have a dog sibling already and just not know about it.
Wow. You're really putting a whole new spin on my world that's already been so broadened over the past 48 hours. I mean, I had a first kiss and everything. You weren't even there. It was crazy. I wasn't even there, technically.
Do you think she'll catch up on all the birthday presents she missed for you all at once? Or like once a month you get to celebrate a birthday with her?
I think her wisdom as, my mother or as a witch in general would be present enough. Maybe she could gift me the gift of doing some yoga with me.
That's a good point.
So, Rosie and Olive, where are you headed?
Which door did Luna walk out of when she just...
She would have went out the main Great Hall door.
I imagine that they would go out that door and probably just head to wherever Hagrid normally... Like, I think they're... At least Olive is presuming that since she's taking over his job, that maybe she's... headed in that direction right now, like
Yeah, is
prepping
she
for
like
class.
staying in his hut? Poor Luna's like in like tiny girl in Hagrid's big bed.
I feel like she would love that actually.
She redecorates.
She'd be like, I feel so small.
So you leave the Great Hall, and you can try to notice something.
Okay, just one of us.
One of you. Decide amongst you will be doing it. You can add the relationship with the other to do it.
I'm gonna notice something. I'm really good at noticing things. I'm a Hufflepuff, and Hufflepuffs are great finders.
You go for it.
Thank you so much.
A 10. Wow. Okay.
Well, she's my mom, so.
You can ask me 2 questions from the notice something list there.
All right. I would like to say I opened my moves as soon as I opened my character sheet today, which I feel like it's a year doing the show now, and that really does feel like growth. Is there anyone or anything sneaking around? AKA, do you see Luna?
Oh, yeah. She's not trying to hide. She's actually walking up and down the entrance hall stairs.
Okay, I mean, I know she's probably not, but for just in case, does she seem dangerous?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Although I'm sure you're feeling a little bit skeptical since she mentioned something about the auras and the Rotfang conspiracy.
That's true. She's got dangerous information for me. So she's over there. I think maybe she's testing out the stairs. I'm not sure why, but we could probably find out. I feel like she'd tell us. Excuse me, Mrs. Luna Skedanver. Are you okay? What's up with the stairs?
I'm just walking up and down them.
Oh, okay. I'm Rosalina, and this is my good friend Olive. And it's nice to meet you. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have
How many?
2.
2 kids? Do you know them both?
I think so.
Okay. That's good. No, it's good to know. Are you married?
Yes.
Cool.
This is a
To
fun
who?
game.
I like to learn about people. I'm glad you do too. Who are you married to?
Rolf Scamander is my husband.
Cool. What's he do?
Rosie,
What are you doing? I'm just curious.
Well, he. I actually don't know.
I'm so sorry. I'm playing the game Stump Whack.
He's a naturalist too.
Oh. I don't know what that is, but I honestly, I'm gonna just nudge all of it. Seems like something I would do, maybe.
Well, we both travel the world in search of strange creatures.
Like what? Do you have any on you?
There could be. There might be some invisible ones. I'm
Speaking-
still looking for the crumple-horn snorkack.
Scrumplehorn snort cack. Have you ever heard of that? You really like creatures, huh, Olive?
yes, my mum and dad had quite a few at our home. Which reminds me, speaking of which, did you know the other day, there was some weird stuff with some mysterious dark creatures in the forest that still hasn't been explained yet? A unicorn got hurt. His name's
Oh
Dave.
no.
Yeah, Dave. Sad.
We were, as students who care very deeply about magical creatures, trying to figure out what could have done it, and I don't remember if we ever figured it out, but things have been kind of weird around Hogwarts lately, and
She
we've
nods,
been-
just seemingly accepting it.
We've been very worried.
She stares at you.
Do you know anything about a creature that could hurt a unicorn? It sounds like this.
It did make that sound.
Yeah.
Heard a unicorn.
Make the sound again, Rosie.
That
Just like
sounds
that.
like a graben. But
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
think they would hurt a unicorn.
See, that's what we thought was confusing because they seem pretty nice except a little poisonous.
Do you think something could have magically made the graben hurt a unicorn?
Or mimic the graben's sound.
Are there any animals that can shapeshift and turn into a graben, maybe?
I suppose.
Helpful, but also simultaneously, unfortunately, not so helpful.
A
You want a piece of
boggart
candy corn,
could do
Miss
it,
Luna?
but I don't know if anyone would be that troubled by a graben that they'd look at a boggart and imagine a graben as their worst fear.
Miss Scamander, you know a lot about magical creatures, right?
Yes?
Is there any reason you could think of that there might be a dragon at Hogwarts that would be here for a while and be magically cloaked in the forest and then one day disappear the same day that Hagrid disappears? Is there anything that might
Maybe they
explain
were
that?
very tired.
The dragon or Hagrid?
It's like
be
talking to two of
either.
Rosie. So the-
I had a question, and if we could pause this. You mentioned the thing about oars. I would like to say that me and my friend Alex think that we were hypnotized by the oars, and now that we're Russian spies. Do you think that sounds plausible?
Maybe. She sort of like skips down the stairs towards you. And she says, "Can I have a look at your teeth?" She sort of says, "Can I just look a little
Yeah.
closer?"
Go ahead. Yeah.
She puts her fingers on and she sort of... "Your gums look fine."
Did they look bad?
they look normal.
And that's what we want, right?
Right.
Good to know. Alex will be thrilled.
Are you Alex? She turns towards Olive.
No, I'm Olive Everglade.
Alex is our friend, but also he might secretly be my boyfriend, but we're not sure.
Oh, and she nods, seemingly understanding.
It's just like
Miss Commander, when you met your husband, do you remember your first kiss?
Yes.
Good to know.
right. Well, this has been sufficiently odd. Thank you so much for your time, Miss Commander. Rosie, I think we have a class to get to, so
Oh yes,
maybe
it's
we-
almost time for first period.
Oh, okay. See you later. Where do you sleep?
In
my
a
God.
bed, usually.
No, here when you're staying here. Where are you staying? In case I need to ask you a question.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'll be. And she sort of like she points to probably where the courtyard is. So she points like east, and she says, right off of the courtyard, there are a few rooms for some of
okay.
the teachers.
Okay. Thank you.
She then, before you walk away, she says, Everglade. I know that name.
oh,
Do I
You
know
do?
your parents?
do you?
Maybe. What do your parents do?
They own a shop. It's a bit of an odds and ends kind of store. It rotates out of a bit of a timeshare kind of location, I guess you could call it. Once a week, we sell recovered and reconstituted artifacts down at Diagon Alley.
Sounds familiar. I've probably been there before.
You might remember me then. Sometimes I go in with my dad when my mum's not there, and I help him with the register, and I get to count the money.
She sort of like looks you up and down. And then she sort of like squats a little bit. And she tries to hold up your hand.
Like this.
Is Olive under arrest?
And she says, I think I recognize that hand.
Right. Okay, Mrs. Older Rosie. Well, it was lovely to meet you and make your acquaintance. I'm going to go to class now. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
I have some of these, and I'm just gonna drop candy corn into Luna's hand and then scurry off with Olive. It is candy corn. Bye.
She looks down at it and she says, what do you do with this?
It's for eating. It's candy.
Oh,
It's not corn. It's not a vegetable.
she eats it. It doesn't taste like corn.
You're right. It doesn't. The name doesn't make any sense.
Okay, class now, Rosie. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
And Olive's
Bye,
gonna
Mom.
grab
I mean,
her
Luna.
hand.
Miss Commander.
Rosie, if that woman is not your mum, you can transfigure me into a sock.
Okay. I don't think I'm talented enough to do that, but it's sweet that you think that I can.
Oh my god, it's like we're still talking to her.
Really? What class do we have?
And we switch scenes. Alex and Clem,
Hello.
where are you headed now?
We were going to the greenhouses
Yes.
to find Roger.
Mm-hmm. So, you head across the quad and then the stone bridge, or do you go via the viaduct? What do you do?
Good question.
Viaduct, probably the quicker way, I think.
Okay. You head across the viaduct, and I would like one of you to try to notice something for me, please.
I don't have anything to help me with that.
Okay,
And
I'll
it'll be your
see if I can-
relationship with each other.
Oh. Yeah, I best not.
Okay, I'll see if I can notice something then.
Sure.
An 8.
Okay. So, while you are making your way across the viaduct, you thought for a second that you saw one of the giant squid's tentacles coming out of the water for a second. Usually they don't come this far on this side of the lake. But you saw one of the tentacles pop out of the water, and then you saw some strange colored light, as if a spell was cast. You can try and you can ask me one question from the Notice Something list.
I think I have to go with... Is there anyone or anything sneaking around?
I will say that there is definitely something sneaking around. I don't know if you can make out what it is. However, on the opposite shore of the lake, you can barely make something out. That's where Hogsmeade is, basically. Probably down by the boathouse. Suggest. Down by the boathouse. Down here. Is where you see something. On the other side of the lake, you think you maybe saw 2 cloaked figures. But it was very
Clem.
difficult to make out.
Yeah. I probably quickly grabbed my binoculars and scoped out when I saw the flash and just caught some... Clem,
Yeah.
it's a Clemergency. An emergency.
Okay.
Did you see the things that I saw?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Did you? There was a squid, and then there was a spell flash, and then there was some figures, and we reprioritize. Do we go and investigate, or do we go and report?
Can I read between the lines to see if he saw that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Your relationship with Alex comes into play.
Oh no. I've made a grave mistake. And then back to... Okay. It did nothing? What?
Is there a box pop up?
There we go.
A 7. You can ask one question.
Are they telling the truth?
I really saw it and did.
Okay. Okay. Okay, well, so there was a squid?
The
And then
squid
the-
did go.
there
we
were
haven't named
spells?
her yet, and then there were spells.
Did you see who was casting the spells?
I saw some. There was. Give me a second.
It's okay. Just breathe. Just breathe. Everything's
I
okay.
saw some stuff down by the boathouse, and then when I checked with my binoculars, there was two figures again over on the shore, or the Hogsmeade side shore.
Okay. Did
I don't know
you
if
see
it
what
was
they
the
looked
same.
like?
It's just too far away, and
Okay.
but there was definitely two of them, and I don't know if it was the same ones I saw from the forest or not. But
Okay.
so should we go and investigate, or should we go and report?
I gotta tell you, this sounds like a reporting thing. I feel like investigating might be putting us at a danger level that, you know, Masie will be really upset if she comes back and finds out her friends died.
Okay, what if I go and investigate and you go and report? So we're doing.
That's a terrible idea, Alex.
Why?
Why would we, first of all, split up and then you're gonna go die by yourself and then I'm gonna report
Why would I be dying? I'm just gonna go and see.
to the place where there is a giant squid and then two shadowy
is
spell figures?
The squid is very nice. She is our friend. She doesn't have a name yet, but
Were they casting spells at the squid?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the squid's trying to tell us something. Like,
Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, okay? If you win, then we investigate. And if I win, then we report, okay? But we do it together. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
I did a rock.
Oh, I did scissors. God,
Okay.
best 2 out of 3? Oh, God.
No, there's no time.
Okay.
We have to. I will go and investigate. You go and report.
No, I'm coming with
let-
you, you dumb.
Okay, then we'll go together.
Okay.
Okay, we need to go down by the boathouse
Yeah.
and be quick about it. How do we get down there from here? If we go round and we can. How do we get? We need to go back across and then down out the exit across from the caretaker's office, right? That's how we get there. Okay. Once it's ready,
Yes.
just in case.
So,
I head down to the boathouse.
yeah, you head back across the viaduct, basically the way that you just came, except instead of going towards the viaduct, you head down towards the boathouse. As you make your way down towards the boathouse, there's a pretty shabby-looking boathouse with the boats that you'd recognize coming across the water first year. And that's the path that you basically came up when you were brought into the side room by Phileas Flitwick and sort of, you know, explained about the different houses and whatnot. The boathouse is in a little bit of a shambles. You can see that several of the partitions and things that are in there have sort of been damaged. There's wooden splinters and things all over the place, and you can see that some of the wood has fallen into the boats that are moored in the boathouse.
Okay, it's not a good sign.
Can I investigate?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you investigating specifically?
The if there's any like pattern to the way that the wood has been destroyed, like where it originated from, how I think it could have been destroyed. You know, we're talking like the difference between like a baseball bat or like an axe, things like that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
This will be with your relationship with Alex as well.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys are doing this together.
Okay, well then that's a fail because I have a -1.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay.
You have no idea how this happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Clem,
Yeah.
you keep an eye out just here for now. I'm gonna see if I can see anything with my binoculars across the other side again.
Okay.
So you cover me while
Okay.
I can only see
I
far
got
away.
you. I got you.
I can grab my binoculars and I scope out the other side and see if I can't see any evidence of the cloaked figures or their passage.
Sure, try and notice something, and you have a +1 from your binoculars.
I have no relationship with Clem,
Yeah,
fortunately.
you have. Yeah. Make sure you roll that.
So,
That was not good. I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's just natural 3.
That would have
I
been
don't see.
really helpful too.
Wait, I don't have any magical rerolls, do I? No. Okay.
Unfortunately, there is no sign of any of these cloaked figures on the other side of the shore. No other signs of any strange activity. Aside from what's happened apparently in this boathouse.
Okay. I didn't see anything, Clem. We've
Okay.
investigated now, so should
Yeah.
now we go and report?
We should report. Yeah, we should go and report.
Okay, you go up, I'll watch our backs. And
Okay. I'll watch our fronts.
you watch our fronts.
Yeah,
Or you
okay.
watch your front and my back, and I'll watch my front and your back.
Oh, okay. And
Because we'll be
our
facing
sides.
the opposite ways.
Yeah,
and we'll
okay.
both cover the sides, yeah.
Perfect. Good plan. Okay.
Head back up towards
The castle.
the castle.
Sure. Where are you headed?
Headmistress McGonagall, is she the best
Yeah.
person to go and see?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Head to the headmaster's office.
As you're making your way back up from the boathouse through the castle, you run into David Calderon Boot. Hello, Alex.
Hello.
Are you on another date again?
Excuse me. That's incredibly presumptuous, sir. Hello, I'm Clementine. Nice to meet you. Who are you?
David
What's
Calderon
David?
Boot.
Yeah.
David Calderon Boot.
And just so that we clarify again what he looks like, he's wearing a blue and cranberry robe. There's a horned serpent patch over the left breast. And you can see that there's like Hogwarts stuff underneath the robe. And there's probably something along the lines of like a Ravenclaw badge or something that's sort of been added to the robe for Ilvermorny. As far as his looks, where did they go? He has a lean body, focused eyes, and a stern face.
I would like to read between the lines, if I can. I would like to read them.
Sure. Relationship with Alex.
I'm never going out with you again, buddy.
Okay. A 7. You can ask a question from the list.
What are they planning?
How do I answer this? Um. I don't know if you have enough information to really make a judgment call. I think it's definitely peculiar that he's here. And Alex mentioned something about him being nearby him and Rosie last night, right? You did mention that?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
And just to kind of run into him again. I mean, this is a pretty big school. Running into him here and just kind of staring at him. He doesn't look like there's nothing strange about his appearance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just have kind of run into him.
Yeah,
I
he
think
looks like
I think that would be
knows
all
where
you
he
could
is.
tell. Yeah, I think that'd be
Yeah,
all you
okay.
could tell from this situation.
okay.
I just have a lot of friends. They're girls.
Well, good for you, I suppose. Right, well, I'm sorry. I'm just making my way to class.
Oh, which class are you going to?
And he looks at you and he says, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Clementine, nice to meet you. What class are you going to?
Nice to meet you. I believe it is time for one of the elective classes that you have here. We have a few more at Ilvermorny, I must say. I was a little surprised at how small of a selection you have, considering that this is supposed to be Hogwarts, a rather reputable school.
What kind of
Well,
electives do you have at Ilvermorny? Probably useless things.
We have a lot of different options.
Well,
To be
quality
useless.
over quantity and all that, so...
You know, I was wondering to myself recently, because I don't know this since you guys have all been joining us, so newly, where exactly are the Ilvermorny students staying?
Well, they're staying with their houses that they've been assigned. I'm staying in the Ravenclaw Tower.
Well, can I discern whether or not it makes sense for him to be walking in this area from the Ravenclaw Tower to where we're going? Or to where he says he's going?
Sure. I guess this would be... this would be another read between the lines, I think.
Okay. Oh my god, man.
A 6. I don't think you really know. It's a big school. Weird that you ran into him.
Right, well... Have fun with your class.
Thank you.
I think I have charms.
Yes, I have this arithmancy. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You good with numbers, David?
Sometimes. I think we all struggle with math a little bit.
Not me.
I'm quite proud of
I'm really good
them.
at it, actually.
Anyway, have a good
Enjoy your
arithmancy.
arithmerancy. Thank you.
Are you all right?
I just stomp away.
Yeah, we're great. Bye.
Bye.
Clem, was that weird or
It was definitely super weird. It doesn't make sense for him to be out here, but I couldn't remember where the arithmerancy class is, so it doesn't make sense for... I couldn't figure out if he was walking from Ravenclaw Tower. I'm just very confused. But I don't trust him and I don't like it.
Yeah, it was a bit...
I'm gonna keep an eye on him from now on. You want to be a spy, Alex? Let's be spies. I'll teach you how.
Okay, wait. We have to go and tell Headmistress McGonagall about the figures so she can tell
Oh,
the others
yeah.
so they can investigate. And we should
I totally forgot. I was just overwhelmed with strange
also,
rage.
Yeah, mention the boathouse and that we saw,
Okay,
DCB there.
sounds good.
Okay, we head for Headmistress McGonagall's office, and when I get to the book, it's my name in an emergency again.
Okay. And that's a good place for us to end the session today.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
If I am not legally and genetically related to Luna, Ship's Commander, I will burn this series to the ground.
sorry that I may have furthered that.
How dare you
delusion
plant that
for
apple
Rosie.
seed?
Sorry. But it's like looking into a future mirror, the two of you talking.
Can't wait.
I'm so mad that I rolled so poorly in that last section.
I will say that 2 rolls that would have been very important were flubbed.
Can we just say that y'all should just become better friends? Jeez, Louise. Hang out sometimes for the love of
know.
all
Do you know what?
sloth.
Do you know what? My last thing that happens, I reset Clem to 0 from a 2. So, you know, I'm too good a friend, if anything.
Oh wow. Dude. I will say that if I were to like totally strategically play this game, I would not go anywhere with Alex, knowing that I have a -1 with him.
It was just really based on the situation. You guys you had planned to be a tag team here.
Yeah,
So that way I was making you do the relationship stuff together.
Yeah, I know.
This made sense.
Yeah, it
I
does.
had to make a single roll this entire session, aside from
Wow.
arriving at the Great Hall.
Wow.
Isn't that weird? I don't
It's
think
weird.
I've ever done a session without a roll before.
Almost like, talking about spy stuff for half of the episode.
Yeah, it's almost
Was
like there's just not a lot of-
counterproductive.
Wait, I'm
context for
sorry,
that.
what? That would never happen. You created us, and we are monsters now, and it's your fault.
Nothing. This
Yes,
is
you
all
did. You
your
created
choice.
this
Whack is
system.
telling us to be more plot focused. I'm hearing it. I'm getting
No.
it.
I pretend I do not see it.
This is all Zagaticus's fault.
Ooh, I only know Luna's commander
That's all
and Spy.
Zagaticus's fault.
Me?
Don't you realize that we did not come here to play a game? We came here to hang out as wizards, and that's it.
People are like, where's the plot going? And we're like, anyways, that's when we had a hot talkie slumber party.
Also, I just want everyone to know that I tried the thing that I made I tried a fruit tea with hot chocolate, and it was good. It was not terrible.
Well, it would just be like replacing the water with like a fruit flavored tea, right? So like,
Yeah.
you're just adding
like
a
a
fruit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just wanted everyone to know, since all of you were like, "Ugh, ugh."
I didn't say that.
I
I
definitely
didn't call the
did.
police on you.
That's the sound of the police.
Why don't we do some end of session stuff now? If you haven't done so, please make sure that you go ahead and follow all these lovely people. You can head on over to tablestory.tv/WAW. Follow them on all the places. And if you have yourself a Prime Gaming or a Amazon Prime account that you haven't linked up yet, consider throwing it their way. Get yourself some emotes. Go support one of these lovely people or multiple people. Because they're fantastic people and excellent role players. Go do that. Also, make sure that you follow us here on Table Story, twitch.tv/Table Story, and go sub to us on the YouTubes, because we have all of the shows and things that we do as VODs on YouTube, and we make podcasts out of all of the shows and things that we do. Witchcraft and Wizardry has a pretty good following on the podcast scene. Actually, I'm constantly shocked how amazing everyone is, and
Wait, really?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I've said it at least 4 or 5 times.
I know,
Yeah.
but I don't hear compliments. They don't stick in my head.
I don't hear compliments. Hey, that's another thing to bring up in therapy next.
Thank you so much for all this fodder. My therapist will really appreciate it.
That's a good episode title. My therapist will appreciate this.
I mean, it fits the episode because I talked about therapy.
Why
Also,
don't we,
Whack, what was your face when I was like, when Olive and I were having that conversation and I said that thing and you were like,
Oh, I don't remember. I can't. There was
Okay.
too many of those moments today. I don't know which one
Yeah, okay,
you're
fair.
specifically talking about.
all right.
Why don't we when we do our end of session stuff or relationship stuff, you get to choose if you go closer or further away from a player character, And if you grew closer, you get a +1 to that relationship. Or if you grew further away, get a -1 to that relationship and gain 1 XP.
I'm going to give Clem my +1 because she had the option to ditch me and go report, but she's like, no, I'm sticking with you. So I appreciated the solidarity.
I've got 2 options here. I could give Alex a -1 for getting us. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. Olive gets my +1 because we had a pretty good convo and shared our feelings and stuff. And I felt like it went pretty well. So let's get my +1.
Okie dokie.
Oh, my heart.
Who's next?
Just over here blushing.
I'm actually gonna say that I moved away from Clem this episode. We didn't really bond over anything, and also she's trying to talk me out of being a spy, which I think Rosalina genuinely thinks she is. So she's like, I don't know about that. But we also weren't together very often.
How dare you not support the idea that I might be
I
a
would
spy?
also like to say I had my headphones on, and I think one of my Alexas just said something, and I'm alone, and I just heard a voice echo through my home, and I'm. Anyways, if it's the Death Eaters, y'all know what happened.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Okay. A -1 and an XP.
On that note, I will say, I think I'm gonna give a -1 to Masie this round because little kid logic of not being present when something emotional happens. I think being 12 years old, Olive feels farther away from Masie because Clem
She's
was
not
there.
here.
Clem was there for that moment where she left with her dad, and Olive missed it. So even though that's no fault of Masie's, I think children are emotional and she feels farther away from her, so.
You didn't get to say goodbye, and you're holding a grudge. It's understandable.
Yeah,
We've all
exactly.
been there.
Yeah.
Okay. Savagery. Absolute savagery.
We're 13.
She's
do you
not
expect?
here.
12.
Wait, 12? I'm 12.
Sorry.
I'm a very mature 12.
I would also
Thank you
like to
very much.
point out that we had the patron one-shot happen a couple weeks ago. And I had them do some mind rolls just to supplement the house points.
Oh, cool.
How
We
did
had-
it go, Whack?
We had the whole gamut. But I will say that we had 2 Slytherin players. We had a Ravenclaw and we had a Gryffindor. So
Yes, Slytherin.
I will add on their points after we do your points.
They got no points. I'm telling you right now, they got like minus points.
We
so
had the
that's why
full
he's
full
filling this up.
gamut. I had a little bit of everything. So we'll see. Let's do our classes mind rolls, please. Let's see how everybody did. Yes, Classy Katie was participating in the patron one shot. We got to see Ember in the patron one shot.
Oh, heck yeah.
So big shout out to Classy Katie.
Okay. 8s and 9s this week.
I miss you,
Ooh.
Ember.
I'm so proud
Miss
of
you.
Rosie. Look at that. Not a fail.
Nice. Okay, so the Gryffindors first. Olive with an 8 and Clem with an 8. That's 10 points. And we had Sagittary playing as
Sanji.
Thistle Fisher. Thistle, unfortunately,
What a beautiful name.
So cute.
Thistle rolled a 6. Unfortunately,
Oh, sounds
Well
similar
done,
to
Sanji.
Rosalina.
that's unfortunate. Actually, I don't think Thistle's like any of your characters.
I want to meet Thistle.
Yeah.
Thistle was very precocious, to say the least.
Say the least.
Let's see. And then Rosie with a 9. Very nice. 5 points
you
for
so
Hufflepuff.
much.
And we had no Hufflepuffs in that game, so
You know, everybody's always like, where are the Slytherins? But, like, where are the Hufflepuffs?
yeah, for real.
Get it? Can we get some where are the Hufflepuffs in chat? Y'all always throwing hands over the little snake babies.
Whoa!
Badgers eat snakes. Did you not know that?
Oh, I wouldn't eat a snake. Just to put that out there.
I rolled an 8. That's 5 more points.
Guess it depends on the snake.
And a 9. That's another 5. So 10 more points for Hufflepuff. Very nice. Puts them at 85. All right. The Ravenclaws. A 9 from Alex is a good start. And then we had our patron who played a character named Anders Smythe Boggs. So thank you to Thunder Cabbage for being our patron there. And Anders got an 8 for Ravenclaw. So that's 10 points so far. And I will do the last one. That's also an 8. Wow, lots of 8s today. That's Ravenclaw at 150. Very nice. All right, the Slytherins. Ember got a 7. Portia Cotton, played by one of our admins, Shay, rolled a 10. So that's going to be 15 points for Slytherin. And what the hell? This week, let's have Lillian and Cornelia both roll too. So we'll do 4 rolls for Slytherin. I don't want to forget anybody here. Cornelia with an 8.
Lillian?
Lillian.
I forgot I existed in another universe.
It's tricky. I mean, a lot of people do, honestly.
Lillian?
Wow.
Smart today in 2 universes.
I put Slytherin at 85, tied with Hufflepuff. Holy cow.
See, now I regret it.
Wow. A lot of good rolls today. A lot of good ones.
Right when it didn't matter, actually. When it definitely did not matter as much.
I mean, for the house points, I mean,
Do you need a
that's
hug?
pure street cred, if we're honest. Let's go around the room. Let's do our shout-outs and downtime moves, please. Zagonicus, would you be so kind as to start us off?
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Zgodicus, and my downtime move is gonna be... I think I'm going to do...
is a tough it out roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna practice spell casting. I think
Hey, magic it
I
up.
wanna try and get an additional one just so I can have a toolkit for any shenanigans that go down next week. So
I have no idea what you're talking about. 14.
Yes.
Wow.
Where was that roll earlier? But yes.
Very nice. So on a 14, when you practice spellcasting, you get to temporarily add an additional spell to your spell bank for the next session at your current year. So you get to add a level 2 spell.
Yeah, I think I already know what I'm gonna add. But hi everyone, I'm Zgodicus. You can find me in all the internet places as Zgodicus on all of them. I have a podcast, the Zgodcast, where I sit down with people and we just chat about things. It's cool, people we have a chat, it's great. Mercs has been on. The last episode was Day by Dave, who you may know from making meme songs on the internet and being part of the Table Story community. You can also find me here on Table Story on Sundays, where I play Ippo Tobith. He's Suna's neighbour. I did a stream as him on my channel because I got all into the makeup and everything, as I said, so that was fun. And if you check the VOD for the Gone Among Us, my character from the Patreon one-shot made a little appearance there if you want a little taster of him. His name's Shiv, and he is super charming and very likable, so So that's great. Thanks, everyone.
So
thank
you were
to
just playing
podcast
yourself.
listeners. Yeah, just playing me. But thanks to the podcast listeners and the YouTube watchers and everything. It's wonderful. I'm really glad we get the opportunity to bring you some entertainment and smiles. It's so rewarding. So tell us that you like it. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, buddy. Nega Oryx.
Okay, for my downtime move, I am going to also practice spellcasting. I'm feeling the good spellcasting vibes today.
Okay. On a 9, you get to swap one spell from your spell bank with one you don't currently have.
That's gonna come in handy. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Naga Oryx. I've been playing Olive Everglade. You can catch me doing so much this week. I'm already so tired just thinking about it. So come say hi on social media. I'm doing a lot of fun stuff, including hosting a show for Twitch called The Weekly on Thursday. It's a weekly gaming news kind of recap show on the Twitch gaming channel, so come by and say hi for that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you so much. Myrtle.
Hello. I would like to do social activities.
Oh, would you?
Yes.
All right. Well, please roll a heart. Oh! That's a 10.
Would have come in handy.
On a 10 plus,
It's a 10.
the PC gets to add a +1 forward to their read between the lines move for the next session.
Excellent. That's what I did last time. So, came in handy. Hi, I'm Murgles. I stream on Twitch. I'm making an animated film live on Twitch, so I'm streaming during the week. You can come catch me at twitch.tv/Murgles. I am on a show on Saturdays called Leech here. It's 4 p.m. EST on Saturdays. I play a vampire named Jean. Come check it out. It's super fun. I'm like super obsessed with it. I'm also doing a podcast with Pumpkinberry and Acorn Bandit about the show Dark. So we are down, I think this is our 10th episode actually. So if you are interested in the show Dark and you've already watched it and you're into like more deep conversations and stuff, check it out because we find out some really cool stuff and it's really great and I love it a ton. It's really fun to do. So thank you so much. That's me.
Thank you. Luxie?
Hi. I think I'm gonna have Rosalina do something she never does, which is study. But also, I get my +1 forward from last week. Look at me writing things down. So I'm gonna do my roll +1. God, it really didn't want to process that. I'm smart today. I feel it in my bones. Okay, so I get a +1 forward to I read about that for the next session. Which could come in handy if I ever go to the library or ask any questions. That aren't spy related. Hi! My name's Lexi Games. I played Rosalina Earthcloud for you today. I'm so sorry. I promise we'll stop being spies eventually. I hope. God, could you imagine? Anyways, I play video games here on twitch.tv/LexiGames. Also on basically every social media ever. I'm on TikTok. I got to do this really cool thing last week where I saw a TikTok and I was laying in bed and it was these sweet people and they were crying because they couldn't play Switch. And I was like, you know what? What if I just went live and we fundraised like $300 and I sent them a Switch? But we raised $1,000, so I found out they lived 45 minutes from me and I got to go shopping. I bought them all a bunch of Switch supplies and sent it over to them and they just got furloughed from Disney, so it was super fun. And I got to get them the special edition Animal Crossing Switch because it came back in stock the same day. So if you want to be part of weird stuff like that, which was random and fun, come on over. And if not, go watch Murgles be spicy as a vampire. Because I would. Anyways, thank you for having me. Also, I think our next episode is my 1-year anniversary on the show, so... well, all of ours. But
yours only.
Just yours.
Yeah, the first episode was just actually you.
It's hilarious the contrast that just happened there. Luxie went out of her way to be selfless, and then she's like, just me, it's just my anniversary.
I think because, I'm the only person that wasn't on Table Story before this, that I'm like, it's my anniversary. Because
Oh, yeah,
everybody
that
else
makes
was doing
sense.
things. Sorry, I wasn't trying to be the selfish a-hole, but
I don't think any of us really got
anniversary.
that from there, but it was just
No.
very funny.
Never.
So sorry.
I've never been on Table Story before this.
I'm not here now.
Zakat, I think you're. Stop! I can't tell! I know you're lying, but you're so convincing! Me as Rosalina to Alex. Okay, anyways. Thank you.
Thank you, Luxie. I'm Wax Steven. I've been your Headmaster of Doom. I've dragged the players kicking and screaming through the adventure today. Thank you so much for being here, chat. We appreciate you. Thank you for the love and the support. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for all of the wonderful comments and everything. And big thank you to Luxie, to Murgles, to Nega Oryx, and to Zagoticus for being awesome role players. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's hilarious and engaging and interesting every week. So thank you so much for being awesome people. And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow for Gone, which is Pumpkinberry's surreal thriller show that she does, which is also fantastic. And it's a very different kind of show. So we've got a great bunch of people there. Hopefully you'll check that out. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Peace out. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.